Hello and welcome back to another video. Today we are talking about Teachable versus Kartra, which course hosting platform is right for you. So if you are an aspiring course creator, there's a lot of things that you need to figure out in order to successfully get started selling your course. And one of them is picking the right course hosting platform. And I can't stress enough how important this is that you get this right from the beginning. We've used Teachable for literally years and it has been very sufficient. We've done over 2 million in sales on Teachable alone. We are now getting to the point where it's not quite hitting everything that we need it to do. We looked at Kartra really recently. I did a whole comparison just for myself and I figured this could be useful as a video. So if you are also hoping to get into the online course game, so maybe you have a little bit more freedom in your day, I am right now just in the car before my horseback riding lesson. It is 11 a.m. on a Wednesday and I'm gonna go do my riding lesson, head back into the city, and then I will finish off the rest of this video for you. So if you want to also be able to have some free time in the middle of your day, courses are the right thing for you, my friend. So we have started looking into potentially using another system. So I did a ton of research recently on Kartra, which is one of the options I was looking at. That's what we're going to be talking about today. The main differences between Teachable and Kartra, examples of what they both can and can't do, the pros and cons of each platform, and I'm also going to do a price comparison for you because the price turns out to be very different at the end. But before we get into all of that, if your big task right now isn't just to pick a course hosting platform, but also to determine, will anyone want to buy my course, then I have something else amazing for you too. My quiz is creepily correct at being able to tell if your course idea has six-figure potential or not. You can find that quiz at pbcourses.com/potential, and that's where you can find out if your course idea really has legs and will sell from the get-go. Okay, so the main difference between the two systems is that one, Teachable, is a platform which is just for hosting courses, and the other, Kartra, is trying to be like an all-in-one, run your entire business on this system type platform. Now, I want to give you some examples of what exactly the two systems do. So Teachable does checkout pages, they do sales pages, they do obviously hosting your course content, and they have a basic affiliate program system in there as well. For examples of what Kartra is able to do, a little bit more advanced checkout pages, they do sales pages, of course they do their course content hosting, they have a more robust affiliate program, they do email marketing, sales funnels, deadline timers, survey softwares, live chat, and membership communities as well. So as you can tell, there's a big difference in what they're attempting to master. So now you might be wondering, when do I want an all-in-one system? When do I want a system which just does the one thing? Let me give you an example of the benefits of an all-in-one system. So for example, in the past, again, we've been on Teachable for years now, when we would do surveys, we would use another survey software in order to do that because Teachable doesn't do that. And so we would use something like SurveyMonkey or Survey Sparrow to run our surveys. But the problem was our email list was somewhere other than that. That means that when someone says in the survey, I'm at this stage of my business, or I need help with this, or this is my focus or whatever, that information didn't then get integrated with our email list software. So it was kind of like all that stuff was separated. And then on the other hand, if you use something like Kartra, that's all together in one system. So when that email subscriber goes and fills out your survey, also your emails are in Kartra, your leads, and then also your survey is in Kartra, then Kartra will be able to tell you, okay, this person answered all these things in your survey, which tends to be very helpful knowing who exactly answered what in your surveys. Another example of a benefit of an all-in-one system is if you had a membership community and you had your payments and your checkout process and everything all done through the all-in-one system, then whenever, say, someone decides, no, I don't want to be in this membership anymore, and they cancel their future payments or they stop on the membership, then it can auto unenroll the person or auto enroll the person based off of where they are with payments on different things. That is something where if you have your payment system somewhere different than wherever your membership is hosted, that would either be impossible or would take something like Zapier to make that actually all work together and function, but it isn't as clean as if it's in all one system together. Let's talk about the downsides of an all-in-one system because there definitely are some downsides to it. If you don't love a feature in an all-in-one system like Kartra and you choose to do that one thing off of the platform, it kind of messes up the entire system. For example, I do not love Kartra's sales page design abilities. I love to build my sales pages on Squarespace. While Teachable has as an option, I don't build them on there. I build them on Squarespace just because I have more design flexibility in what exactly I can do on a Squarespace page as opposed to a Kartra page or a Teachable sales page. I want to have my sales funnels and my evergreen funnels somewhere other than Kartra. They truly weren't designed as like design first website builders. And so that means they just don't have the same capabilities. But then the problem is that I create this whole other issue because if I don't want to do this one thing on Kartra, their deadline timers and their email opt-ins and everything, all of that gets messed up. So in a sales funnel, what normally happens, someone goes to your page, they opt into a thing, that goes to your email system. If you have your sales page somewhere other than Kartra, that's not going to function. Also, then you have your deadline timers, which then is corresponding to each and every individual lead. And again, if you have your sales page somewhere else, then you can't use Kartra's deadline timers, and then the whole system doesn't work. So if you don't love one aspect of something, you either need to suck it up and deal with that thing or create yourself 27 other problems by trying to do one thing off of the main system. The other major downside of an all-in-one system is that some bits of the software really aren't done super well and are better in other softwares. But again, if you use one software outside of the platform to do something because you prefer it for whatever reason, that kind of removes the benefit of having an all-in-one platform, and the cost savings of having an all-in-one platform suddenly are not there if you're going to start paying for other softwares to make up for the bits and pieces that you dislike in the all-in-one system. So let's talk about the limitations of Teachable, which made me start looking for another option. So the one thing which I really wanted to do was for a coaching program which I was launching, I wanted to do a higher initial payment and then lower monthly payments. That just wasn't an option inside of Teachable's payment systems. You could do payment plans, but every single payment is the same amount, or you could do pay in fulls, but you didn't have the option to do my slightly more complicated payment option, which I wanted. So that is one of the downsides of Teachable. If that's not important to you, however, then it's really not an issue. The other thing which made me start looking for other solutions was the affiliate system. So we're looking to run a really robust affiliate program for my upcoming Square Secrets business launch. One of the things that we want to do is have affiliates not just drive to the actual sale, but to drive to a free training event before the actual sale, so that affiliates audiences, they get to know me, they get to know all the things which I have to teach, and that I know what I'm talking about, and really build the relationship, build the know, like, trust before the actual sale opens. Because if you're trying to drive a bunch of cold people into a course purchase, can be a bit of a challenge. Whereas if you warm them up beforehand with a challenge or a boot camp or a training of some sort, then that really helps increase your conversions. The issue which I was having with Teachable's affiliate system is that use an affiliate link, it's not possible to drive to a challenge and then like track those leads and everything, and then also drive over to your sales page. So the lack of ability to have affiliates also kind of credited for the leads that they were driving was one of the major issues that made me start looking for another solution. The one other thing which I don't love about Teachable right now is that their checkout pages are a little bit clunky and could use some streamlining. So right now they ask sometimes for a bit of unnecessary information. The more fields you add to a checkout page which are unnecessary, the lower your conversions are going to be. People frequently do get confused by the whole like login with Teachable thing. Teachable has Teachable accounts. It is a very popular course hosting platform, and so therefore oftentimes business owners or students, they have multiple different courses that they're in Teachable. Teachable tried to make it easy by having this like one Teachable login, but sometimes people get confused by that, or they're having some issue logging in. The problem with the checkout experience is first it asks for their login, then it asks for the sale. Whereas it would be a lot better in terms of conversions if that was flip-flopped and it was like, we could credit this course to your account after you've actually gone ahead and purchased the thing. So a little bit of frustration with the checkout experience. It's not as good as it could be. That is my one other frustration with it too. If you're having an issue with this, then it is actually possible to connect a third-party payment processor and checkout page system. So something like Thrivecart or Samcart to get around this whole like checkout page issue. You do need something like Zapier, again, to hook up the system so that once they purchase in Thrivecart, then they get enrolled in this course in Teachable. And then the other issue is when people fall off their payment plans, then it's not automatically communicating with the other systems because again, it's two different systems. It's not an all-in-one situation. If you do the payments through Thrivecart and then they actually get enrolled in the Teachable course, if someone falls off a payment plan, then you need to go manually change their enrollment status when they fall off the payment plan, or if they get back on the payment plan, then you have to go change that again. So it's just not as streamlined as if it were an all-in-one system. And again, you could use the checkout pages that Teachable has, but again, I don't love them for a few reasons. And so I'm very specific about how I want my checkout experience to be. So we have actually gotten away from the Teachable checkout pages. Okay, so it sounds like I'm hating on Teachable a lot, but truly there are so many things which I love about it. So let me go into those. So the benefits of Teachable are, it is a super familiar system for your students. If I had to take a guess, I would say that this is probably the most popular online course hosting platform, and therefore your students are pretty familiar with the thing. The other thing, which I think is the greatest thing ever, when they released this a couple years ago, I was like, hallelujah. There is a certain Teachable pricing option, which allows you to have Teachable do all of your VAT tax filings for you. And this is the best thing ever. I used to have to, every single quarter by a certain date, we had to make sure that we got all of our sales exported and rearrange them in some certain way, and then gave them to our tax advisor, who would then send the information to 28 different European countries about who paid us VAT, and then we'd have to figure out how to send the money to the different countries. And it was so awful and so annoying, and it was costing us a ton of money to pay our tax advisor to help us figure out sending like 25 euros worth of VAT to Belgium, which is just a completely annoying thing to do. Teachable came out with a system where they will collect the VAT for you and they will send it to the countries for you, and you don't have to do anything. That truly is something which I think sets it apart from like all the other course hosting platforms, because I don't know of any other one. Comment in the comments below if you do know of one. As of everything that I've looked at, nothing else does that for you, and that is just like takes away so many other issues. It is truly such a huge benefit of Teachable. Other things that Teachable does super well, it's a super robust course builder. All the options that you could want in terms of courses, it's in there. You can drip out content to your students so it gets released every week, for example. The other fantastic thing about Teachable is you can also do bundles inside of Teachable. So that means I could give away not just my course, but a course plus these like 3 bonuses as well, and then bundle them all together. And that is super, super helpful to be able to do certain bonuses at certain times to drive like fast action bonuses to encourage enrollment at certain periods during your open cart period. The other thing which I love about Teachable is that their live chat is super, super quick to get back to you. We are on the pro plan, and so if we're having an issue with a student payment, someone's emailing us like, hey, I'm having an issue, can't whatever, then we can go message Teachable really quick and they can help you out really fast. And so that tends to be super handy to have that like immediate feedback whenever you need them. So in summary, the core things which Teachable is supposed to do, they do really well. All the primary stuff that you need as a course creator, it does it for you perfectly. Near perfectly. Again, the checkout page is one of my biggest frustrations, but anyways, you can get around that if you want to, but again, I hope you understand the other downsides that come with that if you do use an external payments and checkout page system. Let's talk about the difference in price. Every single month, the essential softwares that I need to run my business, I'm gonna go through what we're paying for them right now, and then we're gonna add up the total and then compare that over to something like Kartra. So the essential softwares which I need is one, Teachable, my course hosting platform. We currently pay $99 a month for that. Then we have Convertkit as well, which is our email list system. Now we got some crazy discount on that from years ago, so it costs us $75 a month, but I think right now we would be paying more like 150 plus for that if we were at the normal Convertkit pricing. We also use Deadline Funnel to help us set up all of our evergreen sales funnels. That costs us $67 a month. Then we use a Squarespace website. We have a couple different websites in my business, and one of them we have literally just for the sales pages. Reasoning on that, if you want that, pop it in the comments below and I could potentially create a video on that in the future. But we have one website purely just to host all of our sales pages, so we pay $23 a month for that as well. That brings the essential softwares which I need to run the business to $339 a month. Now I also do have some like once in a while expenses as well, so let me talk about those too. So when we are doing a launch, we tend to use a live chat on our sales page. We've used a few different over time, but on average we pay about like $5 a month for that, and again we just use it like a couple months of the year. We also do sometimes do surveys in my business to get feedback from our clients and customers. And so our survey software, again, we've used a few different ones over the years, but on average costs about $39 a month. And we use that once or twice a year. So adding up the kind of additional softwares that we use now and again, those cost us about $44 a month. But again, we just use those a few months out of the year. We also have some one-time expenses, which I have paid for. And one of them is ThriveCart. It is our system which does payments, checkout pages, and now our also like more robust affiliate program. And so that is actually a one-time payment. And so we paid $690 to get that one time. In comparison, if you were to use something like an all-in-one system, like Kartra, for example, getting all of that pretty much the same thing would cost $149 a month. So there is definitely a significant savings to be had if you go for an all-in-one system. Granted, in the end, even though it is definitely cheaper to go with something like Kartra, there was some downsides to it, which just made me be like, no, we're gonna stick with what we have. We're sticking with Teachable. We're sticking with our 17 different softwares that we have, because at the end of the day, for me, one, to move everything at this point would be a real pain in the butt. Like, it would take us probably months at least a month of like one team member working on this full time. What it's gonna save us in a month, it would be kind of balanced out by the fact that I'm gonna have to pay someone for an entire month just to move everything. So if you're just getting started in your journey, definitely take that into consideration. If you have been on these systems for a while, everything is there and changing gets really tough later on. So it is important that you watch a bunch of videos like this and therefore figure out which system is right for you from the beginning, because if you need to change later, it will take a long time and a lot of headache. The other make or break is also that I really want to be able to create beautiful sales pages. I feel like especially for what I do, seeing the fact that like I teach people website design and I teach them how to build web design businesses, it's kind of important that I show like I can build good looking websites. But if you have a really clunky page builder, you just can't get the quality that you need. And if I were to then do my sales pages somewhere else and therefore have my funnel somewhere else, then I'm still going to be paying for 17 different software. If I could just take the deadline timers of Kartra and the email system and then put that on a Squarespace page, I would totally be down to switch. But until that can happen, not going with it for now. Okay, so let's talk about when you want an all-in-one system. Honestly, if you're getting started from the beginning, having an all-in-one system from the get-go is really convenient, assuming there's no make or break for you on that system like there is with me in the sales pages. If you are currently on a zillion different systems right now, you have to make the same decision which I did, which how long is it going to take me to move? Is that worth it to me? I feel like this really depends on, do you have a ton of systems right now? How much of a hassle is it going to be for you to move? If you're like, I just have an email list, that's like totally easy to move that thing. Whereas if you're like, I have a zillion students and I have a membership and I have 15 different email funnels, then making that choice is a bit tougher. I would love to actually see in the comments below, if anyone is in my similar situation, what are the softwares that you're using? Are you going to switch? Are you planning on switching? What is your situation? I would love to know if you are in a similar spot to what I am. Now, I hope this video has been helpful for you to help you pick a course platform, but I actually have something even better for you than this video, and that is if you are hesitating right now on picking a course hosting platform because you're kind of terrified that no one's gonna buy your course when you release the thing, and so you're just procrastinating on releasing your course because of it, then you have to stop this video right now and go take my quiz. The quiz will tell you if your course indeed has 6-figure potential. So you can get that at pvcourses.com/potential, and you will find out if your course idea really has legs and will sell from the get-go. So that's all I have for you for this video. If you enjoyed it, please do give me a thumbs up. It helps me so much and I really appreciate it. If you want more tips and tricks on hosting your online courses, then do subscribe to the channel, hit the little bell button so you're notified when new content drops on the channel every single week, and I will see you in the next video.